toDIYfor. So I am a little bit of a messy person. I'm working on my organization skills, but this is kind of a life hack. My mom's gonna hate me for this, but essentially, if you just hide your mess, people will think you're organized. That's exactly what I did with today's DIY. You can make your bathroom look picturesque and hide all of your mess in these boxes. I picked up some dollar store fabric boxes and I refaced them to make them look a lot more expensive. It's cheap and easy to do. So like I said, I have a couple of cheap fabric boxes from the dollar store that we're refacing. You'll need some wood stain, sponge brush, scissors, E6000 glue, a hot glue gun, and this wood. So what I'm using is balsa wood. It is from the craft store. It's a 1/6 of an inch thick, so it's very flimsy. You're gonna have to be careful with this, but there's a reason I chose this, and I'll show you later. I did stain this wood, and it soaked up this stain so much. It is an espresso dark color that I'm using, if you're wondering, but just putting the stain on there with the sponge brush, and then afterwards you're wiping it all down with a rag. This is why I keep spare material around, and you pull off a lot of that stain so you can kind of see the wood there. So basically you just make your boxes up and you could cover the front here. However, I ran into the problem that these boxes were slightly too big for me. Just because I'm working with dollar store items, I decided to resize them to fit into my shelves, cut them open a little bit, and it's just cardboard, so I cut them down a couple of inches on each corner, as you can see here. So I kept the fabric there in the front, so I'm hot gluing it over top and kind of finishing it off a lot nicer, and that's why I kept the fabric there on the front. So that's an easy thing to do. Definitely skip that step if you don't need to, and move on to this step, which is just refacing it. So I marked it off there with a piece of chalk, how big I need my pieces here, and this is why I picked the balsa wood. You can cut through it with scissors because it's so thin, and it also keeps the boxes very light as well. So next we're using the E6000 glue and a combination of hot glue to glue these onto the face. E6000 is very strong. I put that everywhere. And then I did just put a little bit of the hot glue around the edges here. And that's gonna help hold that on there while the E6000 glue dries because it takes a long time. Just press it firmly in and you are all done with your boxes. So essentially, that's how I'm getting organized this year. Hiding my mess. But for real, those ugly fabric boxes from the dollar store do serve a purpose. They're just hideous to look at. And if they're going to be on display, why not just recover them? That's just one of many ways that you can do it. And honestly, that is what I love. A cheap DIY that looks expensive. Love the way that looks and finished off the look in my bathroom. So if you enjoy this DIY, give the video a like, and also don't forget to send me some photos if you attempt it, or maybe reface some of those boxes in a different way. I'd love to see what it looks like. You can follow me on Instagram at JanelleSteeper. Tag me in any photos of DIYs that you might make. And don't forget to subscribe. Next Wednesday I'll be back with a new video. Cheers.